What's up, everyone? Hey, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, dropping LBs and keeping wetted titties. As always, it's your boy Wet Breasts, and I am back at it hardcore. If you saw this in the last weigh-in, you know that I am going back 100%. I've lost, 35.8 pounds, which is by far, no matter what weight I was at, even at almost 700 pounds, my biggest weigh-in for a month ever. And has not been an easy road. I've been having to kind of reinvent the wheel, I guess. I was having a lot of trouble, trying to do the whole job thing while not being able to focus 100% of the time on weight loss, and not really being able to get into the gym as often as I was before, which makes it even more difficult to keep focused on it, and it all rolls into the diet. And what I was able to do is adjust my diet and kind of lean on my willpower a lot to be able to really keep my diet tight. Really been maximizing the racquetball time I have in the gym. I've been going to racquetball sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes maybe 5 times a week, depending on if I can get people to play, or, if I feel like playing, or, as long as I'm, actually got the energy and all that to go. So it's been a balancing act, but I finally have it figured out, as you can tell from this last weigh-in, and I'm so excited to be back at it. As you can tell, I feel a lot better. I'm looking a lot better, and I'm starting to feel like I'm getting down into that weight that I'm supposed to be at. And I had to make a video because it's the first weigh-in in a long time, and I'm going to be doing a weigh-in each month. So my next weigh-in is going to be September 26th, and it's going to be the 26th of every month. And no matter what the result, I'm gonna keep posting it. There's no point in retreating. I obviously had gained some weight back, and I feel like I have to make this video as well to address some kind of misconceptions and stuff that I've been seeing online since. And it's my fault. It's not your guys' fault. I haven't been posting videos a lot. I haven't been as engaged with the forum as I was when I started. So, in that kind of environment where there's no information, people kind of insert their own information, and it snowballs from there. And today, I end up getting a lot of social media hits and a lot of questions and stuff because apparently Reddit, Today I Learned, I think, is their subreddit forum. They posted my story, and I got so much great encouragement there, and I got to go down and read all the comments, and it got me all motivated again, just like I was in the beginning. And yeah, so I just want to address a couple misconceptions. I haven't regained all the weight. The maximum I had regained, I think I was up 104 pounds. It's bad, but I mean, if I can, in this first month, already peeled off 35.8 pounds of that, I'm feeling like that's not going to be a huge setback. My lowest weight was somewhere around 260. After that happened, I didn't really, kind of explain myself. I had, tried moving my life into some other areas, tried, doing the relationship thing, tried getting out and being more social and that kind of thing. And, I wasn't making all the progress that I expected and I felt like I should have been making. And, I had made a lot of weight progress, and, I was getting close to my goal weight, but it hadn't translated into social progress. It hadn't translated into all the things that I wanted. And, as I've addressed before, a big part when you lose a lot of weight is you kind of always had in your mind that, the weight was the huge problem. And in my mind, it was like, once I lose this weight, then, the sky's the limit. But the thing is, the weight was not my only problem, and the weight loss isn't something that was a catch-all to solve all my issues. And I still have a lot of social holdovers from being reclusive for a couple years, and I almost think that's a bigger problem right now for me than even the weight was. So I've been balancing that over the last couple months, and when I wasn't being super successful with that, I kind of fell into a depression, and that brought back all the old bad behaviors, coping mechanisms. Eating, but more importantly, drinking beer and that kind of thing, which then, after a few beers, then suddenly I'm eating garbage. And it just was a bad situation. It really snowballed very quickly. And, I eat very quickly, I drink very quickly. And when I binge eat, I binge eat. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, I can sit down and get all hot and ready and, some crazy bread and some crazy sauce, and I will polish all that off within less than 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. And, if I wanted to, I could probably eat 2 hot and ready's in one sitting. Even, at 260, I'm still capable of that, and that's still in me. So, when I binge eat and when I allow myself to get discouraged and I allow myself to fall off the rails, I fall off hard and I fall off quickly. So that's how I could go from 260 to 104 in, just a few months. I think I started my downfall in March, and it was by, May that I was at, plus 104. And, I was able to kind of get a handle on it and at least stop the weight gain, but I hadn't really figured out a way to lose weight while, in my new life with the office environment and stuff, and I only just got that clicking again. So, I wanted to make sure, everyone's not worried about that. Another misconception I saw is, people thinking that I was making complaints about, my situation now, and that is not at all the case. I was having a discussion about contracting. The job I have now, I've been there since October, and I absolutely love the job. I love the people that I work with. They're amazing people. It's a job that I was meant for. I'm working in IT, and obviously, my story was started viral. I've always been a citizen of the internet. I'm more comfortable on the internet and working with computers and that kind of thing. That's just my bag. And so this job was perfect fitted for me. My friend who I play racquetball with was, kind enough to, get me this job, and I've loved it the whole time. And I was having a discussion on the bodybuilding.com thread with someone who also they work in IT, and if you've ever done contracting, independent contracting, you know how it kind of differs from employment. I'm still a contractor there, and with contracting, you work each week. You submit your time card at the end of each week, and then it's just like you have a normal job there, but it doesn't have any of the like job security. It doesn't have any of that. Like, I mean, I could next week could be my last week. I have no idea. So it's kind of at the it's just kind of like at the whims or at the needs of the company. And then you have to go through a contracting company. And what the contracting companies do in IT, I don't know about other professions, but I know with IT and engineering and such, they contract you out. So these companies, they kind of represent you, and they're the ones that pay you directly. And then they take their fee. So what I'm making, so let's say you were making, $5 an hour. Well, in actuality, you might be making something like $10 an hour, but the contracting company might be taking five, and so what you get is $5 an hour. Now, that's not obviously not what I'm making or anything like that, but I was kind of just discussing the merits of contracting companies and how some of them are better than others. Some have benefits like you get days that are paid off, or you might get holidays off and that kind of thing. And other contracting companies, they're just straight like you put in your hours and that's that. And so, yeah, we were kind of discussing that, and I saw on the Reddit thread a little bit that had been misconstrued. So I just wanted to, go ahead and nip that in the bud. And, I could not be happier here, contractor or not. This place is just amazing. And, I've been here since October, and if I'm lucky, I'll be here again next October and after that. And, if I have to contract forever, that's fine. As long as, I'm able to stay in this position and stay working with these great people. And they've all been super supportive with my weight loss. We're even having an event where a nutritionist is coming in, and they're going to have some healthy food. They're going to talk about nutrition and, talk about strategies and share recipes and that kind of thing. And that's, all work sponsored. So, that's the kind of thing that we have there, and I'm super lucky to be in that. And I would never say otherwise, honestly. And another misconception that I saw is, that I had left because, I somehow forgot all the help that I've gotten, or forgot all the support, and that's the only reason, that's the only thing that keeps me going. And I saw some discussion there on how my weight loss is basically just a validation, like I'm not doing it for myself, and that's completely true. I've never at any point have been losing weight for myself. Of course, it helps me, it benefits me more than anyone, obviously, the only person it really benefits, but it was really easy for me to fail myself, and I've tried losing weight for myself plenty of times in the past, and even at 400 pounds, as I was gaining to 5 to 6 to 7, I had always made attempts to lose weight for myself, but that's not something that ever worked for me because being someone that's been heavy my whole life and being someone who has issues with self-esteem and whatnot, it's very easy for me to give up on myself. It's very easy for me to let myself down. I expect that I'm going to let myself down. I know myself enough to know that I often do self-destructive things and let myself down. So, losing weight for me never was going to be a powerful motivator for me. So it completely is only the support that I've gotten on why I do it. And I continue losing weight, not because, when I start gaining weight, obviously I feel like shit. I feel lethargic. I hate myself tons because of it, but I could keep doing that forever, and I could easily get back up to 700 pounds. If that was the only thing that was keeping me from doing it, it'd be done. So, but knowing that, I have to, after being in the bodybuilding.com forums and getting all the support and getting all this help the whole way, knowing that then I would have to report to you guys, and, you guys would see my downfall, that is what motivates me. And, it's probably not the most healthy thing that I don't have my own motivation, and it's probably not great, but that's the way it is. There's not much I can do. I've done therapy, I've tried to, get a little bit more self-love, but, there's a limit to it, and it's just, I don't know if it's hardwired in my personality, but that's just not something that I've ever been able to do. And, I'm not giving up on it, but I'm just not there yet. So, if that's a problem that, that is my motivation, I don't know what to tell people, because, it's just, I'm happy that I have any motivation. I'm happy that that is something that keeps me going, because if I didn't have that, who knows where I'd be. I'd probably be dead by now. But, I'm not dead, and I'm actually doing really well, and I'm having the time of my life, really. I've got a good social life, a great circle of friends who are super supportive. Racquetball is one of the most fun things in the world to me. I can do that, forever. It's something where I don't feel tiredness until it's over. I'm enjoying it. I'm good at it. Well, at least compared to my circle of friends. I'm not, like, good in the sense of competitive or anything like that, but enough to where I look forward to going, and I look forward to the competition of it and all that, and, that's something that motivates me too. So, I've got a lot of great things going, and now that I'm back into the weigh-ins, and now that I still have that weight loss ability. When I need to rely on my willpower, I can, and I have done it before, and, the 35.8 is just my way of showing you guys that the fire's still in me, and the fire is still burning hot as hell. So, I'm glad you guys are watching. I'm so happy to see, that the story's still getting around there, and, it's still motivating people. I'm getting all these cool emails from people who, they're in similar positions. They might not have as much weight to lose, or they might have a different situation altogether, but they have struggles that they need to accomplish. And when I, get emails like that and hear from people who are able to draw strength from my story, that is huge for me. And that's another way that, yeah, it is you guys who are keeping me motivated. And, I know not everyone has that, and I know I'm super fortunate that I have that, and it's a super unfair advantage, but I have it, and I'm happy I have it, and I'm lucky I have it, and I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm going to use it as much as possible to keep, accomplishing these goals and get back to that weight and beyond. My goal weight's 220. I was at 260. I was within 40 pounds of my goal weight. And, that's not even counting all the loose skin that I have, which I'm now funded for. And, once I get down to that weight again and start getting closer at goal weight, then, I can start looking into surgery. I'll start feeling better. The confidence will come. And then I can make another attempt at, starting to conquer some of the other problems that I have. But, one step at a time, and, everything's looking up for me. So, I know I haven't made a video in a while, so, this one's at almost 14 minutes now, so it's a nice, juicy, meaty one. And, I say don't call it a comeback, but it feels a little bit like one. And, as always, thank you guys for watching, and, thank you to all the new fans from Reddit and all the new people who've seen my story, and, all your kind words, and, the people who come up to me in Powerhouse Gym and say hey, and, they'll talk to me and, tell me they saw my story and tell me their story, and, all that stuff helps. It's all a huge help. So, thanks again as always, and I'll try and make another video as soon as possible. WettyB out.